Hey everybody, guess what? The bad pennies are back.
Back like bad pennies, right?
All right. I'm Sho. This is my friend Alan, and we got 3 bad words to talk about.
3 bad words.
bad
Whenever I say these, men cringe. They cringe, so they have to be bad words. I mean, why would they cringe if they're not bad words, right?
I guess so.
They have to be something.
So we're gonna get them one at a time.
We are, and what I'm going to do to lead into this is I want to mention that there's a lot going on outside of our podcast, right? We have lives, and we actually have other things that we do that affect a lot of other people, and of course I have many other circles of men and women that I work with and teach,
and I as well,
and so do you, and what's happened in one of the circles that I'm working with right now, I have a young man who's 19 years old, going on 45.
That's a harsh reality.
And he's more of an adult than many of the men 2 and 3 times his age, which is really good news in many ways. You know, it's great to see, and the amazing thing about him is that he's so open to learn and listen and use what he's getting. And I blame it on his father. You know, we've talked about being a father on this podcast so many times, right?
Okay. And
how much you can do and how little you can do all at the same time, right? Because it's like you want to give them everything, but they'll only get what they get. That's the truth about parenting, is that you want to give them the world, but they're only going to take what they're going to take. That because every individual is a little different, and you know, we've all got our own stuff and our own things to go through. But this young man, whose father has done an amazing job, and he has embraced it. And he's in a position that took me into my mid to late 30s to get to the same place. And he's 19.
Okay.
So, and I bring that up because one of he embraces these 3 bad words.
Okay.
So that wasn't just a random story. There's a reason that I brought that up, is that he embraces these 3 bad words. So shall we just do them, tell them all 3, or just tell them one at a time to ease the pain, right?
Let's go one at a time. The first dirty word, we'll talk about that.
Okay, all right. So the first dirty word is duties.
Duties. Let's talk about duties.
Duties, right. So when you take on something, it often comes with duties that you have to perform.
Okay.
All right.
Why is that a bad word?
Well, because you have to perform. You actually have to do work. It means that you have to do something.
Yeah.
A duty is, if you don't, in respect to these 3 bad words, the reason that they're bad words is because they are directly related to living an honorable life.
Doing things that you don't want to do, but that need to be done. Right.
Sometimes, or doing things that are uncomfortable. Sometimes, right? And in all 3 cases, they're about action. They're about being in action.
Okay. So
all right.
Duty
is the first one.
Is a dirty word.
Yes. You know,
because you have to do work.
Like bathroom duty.
Okay.
Cleaning duty.
Kitchen duty.
Duty. Laundry duty. And again, these 3 bad words, they're not really bad words, but they're guiding principles.
Okay.
For a man's life.
Yeah.
If you want to live an honorable life, which, if you're watching this podcast, I presume at this point
you're working on it.
That it's something that's important to you, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So duty is the first one, and the way this works is that you make sure that you're aware of all the duties that you have, and you perform them.
Okay.
And you perform them impeccably, right? With excellence and without bitching and complaining and moaning about it. All right, because when you give over to all of the complaining about stuff that you have to do, even though you don't want to, you're really becoming a victim in your life.
Okay.
All right, you're just taking on the role of victim, and nobody likes a victim, right? Not in that way, anyway. Right. Not the self-imposed victim. Anyway.
Right.
All right. So, duties. That's the first one, and embrace them. Know what they are.
So
Know what all of your duties are in your life. Know all the areas of your life that come with certain duties that you perform. All right. Know what they are and do them. Just do them and do them. You still don't have to like them, right? But you do them anyway. You do them anyway, and you do them powerfully.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the first one. You ready for the second?
The second bad word.
So
number 2 bad word.
Number 2, responsibility.
Responsibility. That's a bad word.
It is. It is. Whenever I say it, the men are like, It
is your responsibility to make sure that you keep your children fed.
It's your responsibility to make sure that you're living an honorable life. It's your responsibility to maintain all of the things in your life that are required of your commitments.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because commitments come with a whole slew of things that tell us what to do, regardless of whether you like it. A good example may be a job that you have, or a career that you love, right? That you're just really into it. It's a chosen career. But with that career come a number of responsibilities and sometimes duties that you aren't a big fan of.
Okay.
Okay. So do you do them?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you do. Of course you do. And again, you do them impeccably. You do them with excellence, right? You do them powerfully, and you don't procrastinate. Watch our procrastination video. We have one on. Didn't we do procrastination? Kind of did, didn't we?
We started to. It didn't work out well.
What? Oh, really? We failed. That was
I think we had an audio problem on that.
Podcast fail. Was I the audio problem?
No, I think the microphones were in and out.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to redo that.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. All right. We'll redo that. So it's knowing what again, just like duties, you need to know what all of your responsibilities are.
Yeah.
Based on all of the things that you're committed to in your life, like being a parent.
What's
right?
the difference between a duty and a responsibility?
Well, again, there's all three of these words are similar. That's why they're the bad words, right? They all are interconnected.
Okay, so we should wait for the third one then.
Well, yeah, because the third one is the really heavy one, right? But just know that with duties more often describe just the very things that you have to do, such as like you have a duty to take care of stuff, like keep your checkbook.
Yeah, and then responsibility is
and its responsibilities have another level. It's besides just the taking on of the duties, right? Because being responsible means that the duties are maintained and are taken care of.
Okay. All
right. You don't drop stuff out. You just get in there and do it, right? Get in there and fight and do it and don't complain about it, because then you're going to be a victim again. And so, but there's another level with responsibility, is that besides knowing what your responsibilities are, but you also take responsibility for all of the things you do. Personal responsibility, that you are the source of everything that goes on in your life. Like the phone call I was on when you got here earlier, right? So I was talking to a very dear friend who lives in Washington, D.C., works for the government, still has her job, by the way. It's still employed at the moment. And but it's been touch and go, for a while. But talking about how chaotic things are right now with a lot of projects that are happening in my life. because I was asked, well, how's it going? How are you doing? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of balls in the air right now, and it's a little stressful. In fact, even doing this podcast today, I was like, well, but should I really do it? But I have a duty and a responsibility, both to the podcast and to you, to do this, right? Okay. So I surrender to that. But what I realized in that conversation was that it all looks the way that I've created it. It's still all on me.
Okay. Yeah.
Regardless, even the stuff that seems out of control, coming from others and their inability to control and their lives, it's still created by me. I'm the source of all of that.
Okay.
So taking responsibility for that is a powerful place to come from. Just saying.
Responsibility.
All right. Again, this is all related to living an honorable life. You don't want to live an honorable life, then you change the YouTube channel or whatever. So,
right.
All right. Move on. So the last one. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting? Oh yeah, you are.
I am sitting down.
All right. The last one is obligation.
Obligation, duty, responsibility, obligation.
Obligations. All right. So how obligate, and whenever I say obligations, it's like this terrible word. Everybody groans like you have an obligation. Somewhere along in our lives, someone came along and turned obligation to some kind of negative, terrible thing. Is it, you have a duty or you have a responsibility, you have an obligation to whatever, and you're like, get the hell out of here, leave me alone.
Okay. Duty, responsibility.
But it's not that way. This is not it. Because again, these are guiding principles.
Okay.
For your life. These three things, more than almost anything else other than commitment and standards and discipline, guide a man's life. An honorable life.
Okay.
So obligations come out of another process. Again, similar but different. Because just like duties and responsibilities, you need to know what all of your obligations are. What am I obligated to do? And in some ways, the reason these are bad words is because men don't like to be boxed in. We don't like to be trapped.
Okay. And an obligation is a trap?
All three of these words have a connotation of trapping us in a way, right? Because we don't have a choice. If you really embrace them, the way to really go at this is to fully embrace them and surrender to them. And no, you don't. I mean, when you do that, you don't have a choice. You do it. You just do it, right? But on the other side, there's great benefit. There's great power in this, in living this way, and especially how it contributes to knowing that you're living an honorable life. Men that live honorable lives, they walk down the street and their heads are held high and they look you in the eye and they're not down looking at the ground and whatever and avoiding contact with others. I mean, they're just clear and they because they're honorable in everything they do.
Okay.
So let's just talk a little bit about how obligation pops up in some places. And the way it does is that if you have done the work on yourself and decided that living an honorable life is important, then you will notice some things happen internally when you get something for free.
Okay. You get happy.
It's weird.
Bubbly.
Well, I don't know. That's all emotional. More than that, you will notice that there's this little thing that's weird because men like to pay for everything. Men like to pay as they go. It's I've talked about this in other podcasts where we're in a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
That's life, right? And in that context, men like to pay for what they get.
Yeah.
They earn it.
Right.
It's a sense of
Okay.
obligation, in a way, right? It's
Ownership.
and ownership and commitment and all of the things that we talked about in other podcasts. But obligation happens when you get great benefit and you didn't have to do anything or very little. Or you paid, $50 for something and you got $1,000 worth of stuff. And it was transforming in a way. Men, if you're really paying attention, who are married in good marriages, married to a good woman, she'll be doing most of the work because they're more capable than we are and smarter. And because of that, they're able to do most of the duties and management within the marriage. So you're getting all this benefit. And all you're doing is going to work and bringing the money home, right? It's like, and so you're getting this great benefit and love from her and your children, and you're just going to work, and you would do that anyway. I mean, it's like, so there. In order to remain honorable within a situation where you're getting benefit, and by the way, just living in this world has benefit.
How so?
Well, everyone that's come before us, society, our communities, and even whether you like the government or not, our governments have provided schools and roads and services and all kinds of things that we take advantage of every single day, and without thinking about it. But we get the benefit of all that work. The buildings, the construction, the infrastructure, all of these things are again, it's not about ideology, whether you agree with the way it's being done, but the bottom line is that it's there, right? Could it be better? Sure, yeah. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not having a right or wrong discussion right now about systems. What we're saying is that they're there and we take advantage of them, and they're valuable to us. In fact, this has been going on for so long that it's easy to just not even pay attention to it because it's, we take it for granted. It's just there. But if you're really connected to living an honorable life, you will develop a sense of obligation for all of that you're getting for free. All that you've gotten from the past, from others and people that came before us, and even your own families, even the legacy within your own family.
Yeah,
we've been the recipients of all that legacy. We've gotten the benefit from all that legacy, and honorable men will notice sort of a tug because they're getting it for without having to pay. Really. And so in order to be honorable, they have to give back.
Okay.
And that's really what obligation is that your desire and awareness to give back for getting things for free so that you remain in honor.
I can see that.
It's one of the reasons that you should always be taking care of your wife and your kids, because you get great benefit from them, and you want to make sure that you're in service to them, that you give back to them. It's an obligation that you have.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I hope this doesn't sound really weird and foreign to everyone out there, but I know that until I really started to study some of this stuff, that I wasn't even aware of these kinds of things going on in my life.
I don't have an issue with anything that you said except for the title that you said that these are 3 bad words.
Well, they're not really bad words.
Yeah, this is normal. This is manhood.
It is.
This is ownership, and this is what you do. You take what is yours, and you have a duty, you have responsibility, you have obligation. All those 3 words are synonyms for the most part.
Of living
triangle being a man.
Right. The guiding principles to living an honorable life.
Yeah, you just accept it. You don't complain about it. You don't wish to change it or whatever.
Right,
You
right.
take it on and you handle the business.
Right. And so where it's a duty and responsibility can be very specific about things that you do, the obligation part of it is something you choose to give back. It's a way that you and one of the best ways that you can give back to, say, society.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool one. I like this one. One of the best ways you can give back to society is by realizing your full potential.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't let it go to waste.
Your higher purpose.
Yeah. Don't let your potential go to waste.
Yeah.
A lot of potential goes to waste.
I get it.
It does. And so it is ultimately one of the best ways to get back in that particular type of obligation.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Got it.
Because the truth is, you'll never be able to pay for the roads. They're too expensive. The roads were built for us, right? We drive on them every day. Did you pay for them? I mean, even the little bit of taxes. I don't care if you're a billionaire, you haven't paid enough taxes to pay for all the roads that we drive on.
Okay.
There's no way that you can do that, right? So you're getting the benefit of all those roads, but you didn't have to pay for it. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
All the safety stuff,
okay. Well, what is
all the infrastructure of society. An honorable man wants to pay as he goes, right? You're using these things, but you didn't have to. You didn't have to build them. You didn't have to pay for them. You don't have to maintain them.
Okay.
All right. So you're getting all of that benefit without paying for hardly any of it, even at the highest end of society financially.
Yes.
Right. So it produces a sense of obligation. There is an obligation there to give back for all of that benefit.
How do you act on that obligation?
By realizing your full potential, because there isn't any amount of money that you could ever come up with that would pay for it.
So giving back to society in other ways is how you pay for the advantages that you take from society.
It's a pay-as-you-go deal.
Gotcha.
For men, it's a pay to be honorable. You pay as you go. You pay. You make sure that you are in integrity with yourself and with the world. And no, you can't put a money number to giving back.
Okay.
I have friends. I don't know, how are we doing on time?
We're about there.
Okay. I have a couple of really good friends, and they have a lot of money. So much money that years ago they'd already bought every toy that they wanted. So I mean, they're kind of over that. And they've come to me about a sense of obligation that they have, and what do they do with it? And I said, well, what are you doing with it now? Well, I give to this, and I give to that, and I give to this, and I give to that. I said, how's that going? I don't feel any different. Well, I said, yeah, of course, because it's easy to write a check. Now, if you only had $100 in your bank account and you wrote a $50 check to a charity, that might actually mean something. That might actually mean something. If you gave someone the last dollar in your pocket, that might actually mean something. But for someone that has all the money that they could ever spend, it doesn't mean anything to write a check. Anybody can write a check at that level.
So they need to go out and volunteer.
He needs to get into the world. And what I said was, you need to go get your hands dirty. You have to get into the world and actually do things and give of yourself.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And that's
good
one
advice.
way to live up to your duties, responsibilities, and obligations in living an honorable life. So there you go. So no, they're not really bad words, but they do get. I only use that because of the reactions that I've gotten over the years. All right, because men are like, "Oh no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk. No, not obligations. No, I don't want to talk about obligations.
Yeah.
How dare you?
There you go, everybody.
So that's it.
So your 3 bad words are duty, responsibilities,
and obligations.
It's just part of life. Be a man. Suck it up.
Oh God. Live an honorable life.
Yeah, man.
Live an honorable life.
It's really
That's
what it's all
one
about.
great way to give back, is to really live an honorable life.
You get respect when you give respect.
Yeah.
And respect.
And don't not live an honorable life because others aren't.
Right.
Live an honorable life because that's what you choose to do.
Okay. Everybody, Bad Pennies. We'll be back.
See you.